You're watching ABC7 News at 5:30.
Welcome back. The teenager who was forced to cover her nipples with Band-Aids at Braden River High School is now planning what she's calling a bra cot on Monday. 17-year-old Lizzie Martinez says she's calling on female students to leave their bras at home and boys to place bandages over their shirts. ABC7's Taylor Torregano is here with an update tonight. Taylor?
Good evening, Scott. This all started last Monday. Lizzie Martinez says she wore a gray long-sleeve shirt without a bra and was sent to the office for distracting male students. Here, the dean asked her to put another shirt on, then shake her body to see if this had resolved the problem.
I can't believe it.
Fabiana Lovano says when she heard about the girl who was told she wasn't able to go braless at Braden River High School, she was shocked. But even more surprising was the way it all happened.
It's just crazy to think that a teacher would do that to a student.
Lizzie Martinez says after being told to shake her body, she was then forced to put 2 Band-Aids over each nipple. And the days after, she tells us it was humiliating.
You can say anything's distracting because it's just like a very broad term. So I think that that's why they put it back on dress code, because they realized that what they did with me moving around and putting Band-Aids over my nipples was completely inappropriate.
Following the incident, the Manatee County School District released a statement admitting that this matter should have been handled differently at the school level, but also adding that Martinez did violate the school dress code. Lizzie disagrees and put this call out to all students at Braden River High School to boycott on Monday.
It's kind of a clever boycott, but it's gone too far in my opinion. But I'll support whoever does it.
Ozzy Herrera says his girlfriend thinks the dress code is too strict and plans to participate in the boycott. While he supports the movement, he also says dressing provocatively isn't always appropriate.
There is a time and place for certain ways to dress, so I'm kind of neutral on it. I would say I'm leaning more on the student side, trying to dress more freely.
A pushback graduate students say never would have happened in their day.
Now I think it's more like active, the women and their rights. Like it's going on a lot right now. But back then, somebody not wearing a bra wasn't a problem.
And today, the Manatee County School District tells me they have absolutely no further comment to make on this issue. No disciplinary action has been taken on Martinez. Scott, back to you.
All right, Taylor, thank you so much. A new hotel is celebrating its grand opening today in Sarasota's Amish community. Dutchman Hospitality holding its ribbon-cutting ceremony earlier today for the Carlisle Inn, a new hotel in the Pinecraft community. The construction started last year on the $15 million project. The 98-room hotel features special features like oversized rooms, 10-foot ceilings, and handcrafted Amish furniture from Ohio. And what can guests expect from the staff?
The gift of hospitality, that they will feel that they've been welcomed warmly, and that we will do all that we can to strive to meet their needs and to make their stay to be the best stay that they've had at a hotel.
Askin says rooms were constructed to make guests feel like they are at home. The hotel also features a pool, spa, and a gym. Time now to get another check on the weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob, we're watching the forecast for the weekend.
Yeah, first alert weather day on Sunday, meaning we'll see some disruptive weather, even some severe weather possible with the line of storms expected to move through Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening. Right now we have high pressure off the coast here, and that high pressure ridge continues to bring this east to southeasterly wind flow, and really is going to increase our humidity values tomorrow in advance of the front. The front's still well back here, and it looks like severe weather, a big possibility over the southern plain states. Tornadoes expected there as well as that system moves off to the east. These are all tornado watch boxes, meaning the potential is there for twisters through tonight, and then this all shifts to the east tomorrow, and you'll see those tornado watches in place for the lower Mississippi Valley all the way to the panhandle of Florida by tomorrow afternoon. 80 right now. It's a nice evening. We are looking at generally fair skies. We have a few clouds around right now. Temperature 80 degrees, 83 in Orlando. It's 79 in Miami. Temperature 77 in Tallahassee. Futurecast showing fair skies tonight. A few showers possible along the East Coast. Better chances for rain here on Sunday. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. One of the coolest film festivals in the world, as Movie Maker magazine calls it, will soon get underway. The Sarasota Film Festival celebrating its 20th anniversary this year, showing more than 200 films. ABC7's Ray Collins is there for opening night. He joins us now live from the red carpet with more. Ray?
I'll sing. Scott, it certainly has been a lot of growth over the past 20 years, from a few films to over 200 films. And one guy who's been behind it all the entire time is the president of the Film Fest, Mark Famiglio. Not only the president, but there were some tough times 10 years ago, I recall vividly, big debt. And there was talk about the Film Fest not even continuing, perhaps. And you got involved, helped bail it out, cut costs. And now it's itself.
Wow, look at that. But it's all true, yes. No, I'm kidding. It was a team effort, obviously, and we're so thankful to a lot of our sponsors that have been with us, some of them for the entire 20 years. And making it through 2008 was a major, major thing. But we're very happy to be here tonight. It's the calm before the storm. And Ray, as usual, you're here first, and I'm talking to you.
Sorry about that. We're having issues with that live shot. We'll get back to Ray out there at the film festival a little later on. Well, if you didn't already know, too, here's a reminder. Today is Friday the 13th, and some people believe that's maybe bad luck. There will be 2 Friday the 13th this year, but depending on who you ask, it may be the luckiest or maybe the unluckiest day of the year. For others, it's just another day on the calendar.
Whether or not I make a decision based on a Friday or based on a number 13 really is irrelevant to me. I do understand why people do that, but for me, I'm just another day. Go out there and do the best that you can for yourself and serving others.
If you are superstitious, you want to stay cautious. Famous indicators of bad luck: a black cat crossing your path or opening up an umbrella indoors. So stay away from those on Friday the 13th. That's our advice. Still to come on your Suncoast News, from smoking to eating junk food. If you're looking to break bad habits, we'll tell you one thing you can try that researchers say can be very effective.
It's California Closet's Lighting and Accessories Sales Event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation, or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
Fun for the whole family, the 26th Annual Venice Shark's Tooth Festival, benefiting special athletes of Sarasota County, fossil vendors, arts and crafts, food, children's games, and live entertainment, with headliners the Gator Creek Band on Friday night, Rockin' Rogues, Maiden Cane, Glass Onion, Kettle of Fish, Paisley Craze, and the Boogeymen. Admission $4, children 12 and under free. Parking is free. The annual Venice Shark's Tooth Festival, April 13th, 14th, and 15th at the Venice Airport Festival Grounds.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that. And with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Get to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota for big savings on new Ram trucks during the spring sales event. Shop the area's largest selection of new Ram trucks. Get the all-new redesigned 2018 Ram Quad Cab for as little as $23,999. Or save big and get up to $12,400 off a new Ram Bighorn Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota today.
Set your course for a waterfront lifestyle on Florida's last private island. Discover one particular harbor by Margaritaville. Nearby sugar sand beaches are as easy to find as the warm Florida sunshine. Waterfront residences from the high 400s overlook beautiful Anna Maria Sound, and a new marina with direct access to the Gulf of Mexico. Plus, incredible savings on move-in ready homes. Come tour designer models today. Visit ophmintousa.com now.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
It's California Closet's Lighting and Accessories Sales Event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation, or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
Ask anyone who's ever tried to break a bad habit and they'll tell you it's easier said than done. But as Reed Binion explains, that doesn't always have to be the case.
Whether it's giving up smoking or junk food, there's at least one bad habit that most people would love to break, or at least have made countless attempts to break. Because habits can influence our behavior, they can be leveraged for positive change, but they can also hold back progress. A great rule of thumb, however, is to replace a bad habit with a better one. And one is often the inverse of the other, which can work in your favor, like eating clean is eating less junk and working out is being less sedentary. If you're wondering how long it takes to convert a bad habit into a good one, according to researchers from University College of London, on average, it takes a little over 2 months, and in some cases, even longer. So hang in there, and if you're worried about falling off the wagon, be mindful of what triggers those bad habits. You don't want to sabotage all your hard work. For today's Health Minute, I'm Reed Binion.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, you can spot the International Space Station if the skies are clear, and I think they will be at the time it goes by. Right now, there are a few clouds out there. You got to look to the west-northwest for it. It's going to traverse basically across the Gulf of Mexico. You'll see it disappear in the south-southwest. It'll be going on for only a couple of minutes from 9:15 to 9:17. Again, it'll be about 48 degrees above the horizon, or 5 fists if you lay the fists on top of one another, all the way up to about 5, and you'll see it traversing across the sky for a couple of minutes. The Van Wezel webcam calling for nice weather tonight. Pretty calm conditions out there in the waters. We had seas running right around 2 feet, and you can see occasionally some clouds, but not too much off in the Gulf, and it looks as though things will stay pretty quiet overnight, too. A few showers expected along the East Coast. Not much going on here. And as I said, it'll stay that way right through Saturday. And then Saturday turns into Sunday morning, looks to be okay. Sunday afternoon and Sunday night, different story. A few inland showers are possible this evening to our north, basically. The day planner looks good, too, tomorrow. So any outdoor activities look to be okay tomorrow. High temperatures will warm into the mid-80s. And then currently at the airport, it's 80 degrees, and the dew point has come up. You may recall a couple of days ago when we had that cool start, the dew point was down into the 40s. So the humidity is starting to come back up slowly but surely. Winds out of the southwest now. High today was warm, 85 degrees. Our normal high at 80. Will be a little bit warmer than this number tomorrow, too, and it'll feel warmer, too, because of the higher dew point temperatures. The Storm Prediction Center now puts us in a slight risk for severe storms, and that means the possibility of some strong gusty winds up to maybe 60 miles an hour with some isolated cells, and there's even a slight chance for a few isolated tornadoes. So we'll keep an eye on that for you as the front approaches, especially Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening. Well, this is the future cast. We showed the GFS. This should be changed over to the Euro now. The Euro, pretty much the same story as far as timing goes. It looks to be in the afternoon. This is Sunday at 1 p.m. This is a little bit later than the GFS, and not as intensive storms either depicted by the European forecast model. But again, we have to keep our eye on this because a lot of times the models have some difficulty in predicting the intensity of storms like we saw with the last front. And as far as rainfall amounts go, too, I don't think we're going to see as much rain with this one because it's not a stationary front. It's a cold front that'll move through pretty quickly. Well, nationally, the big story is this blizzard that's taking place now over the northern plain states, all the way down into Colorado and into Nebraska, South Dakota. Heavy snow falling there. There's the blizzard warning, all in red. This is a tornado watch, and that's in effect from Iowa all the way down into Texas tonight. And as far as we're concerned, this frontal system that's associated with it is going to bring us some much cooler air here on Monday and Tuesday. But until then, temperatures will be warm. Highs tomorrow in our area right around 86 degrees, and then notice this cooler air starting to filter on down. You'll see that with the long-range model. That blue and purple starting to spread off to the east, although they had a little bit of a break here over Ohio and Indiana and Illinois over the past couple of days. It's going to get pretty chilly, I think, by Sunday and Monday. Well, for Sunday, there will be a small craft advisory. Seas will be running 2 feet tomorrow, though. Not a problem tomorrow. No advisories. A moderate chop out there. Here's the forecast for the next 7 days. A 90% chance for storms on Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. A first alert weather day then. Then temperatures really cool down into late February readings as opposed to mid-April. And then we warm back up to near average on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Well, a fishing trip for a lot of kids, 40 for that matter. Special Olympians of Sarasota County had the chance to do that again yesterday, and Special Olympics put this on. They've been doing it for over a decade now, and those 40 kids had 28 captains who volunteered their time to go ahead and get out there and get some fishing done. A lot of these kids and special needs folks love this. They look forward to it each and every year, and it's a huge success put on the Marine Patrol there. And again, that is all part of the Shark's Tooth Festival. And speaking of sharks, this has got a lot of play on social media. In fact, 53,000 views, Scott, of these two bull sharks that are fairly common in the waters of west central Florida. There's about 15 different shark species that mess around here in our waters, over 350 across the world. The chances of getting bit by a shark, though, 1 in 6 million if you're in the water. 1 in 6 million. There's not much of a chance. And you have a better chance of drowning in your bathtub as opposed to getting bit by a shark. So it's 2 feet of water, and they're swimming around there. And they're the most aggressive sharks, too, in this area, bull sharks, yeah. Well, this is not an aggressive fish, but it's a good tasting fish. Patty Hicks catching this one right there. And again, that's a triggerfish, I believe, Nokomis, and Captain Ned Vandery, and that's Carol. Carol with a big grouper. Carol wanted to make sure that was her photo there because I sent her friend's photo in yesterday and said it was Carol, but it's not. And then Johnny Walker, he's starting to catch the big kings out there, 28-pound kingfish. I couldn't get out there Wednesday with him, but Steve, Coach Steve Herrick, we know Steve, and Steve's a snook maniac. He catches snook all the time, and the snook season ends, by the way, at the end of this month. The beach fishing adventures there. He's going to take me out and give me a shot at it one of these days. Keeper.
Like that.
Yeah, keeper.
That's a nice snook.
Yeah,
all right.
it is.
Bob, thanks so much. Let's get a check on your first alert traffic for the drive home. We're seeing some slow-moving traffic heading north on 301 in Sarasota, right between the intersections of Fruitville and Ringling Boulevard. So take your time as you head through Sarasota tonight. Fruitville, as you can see, west of 301, also slow going. Wells Fargo is acknowledging federal regulators have offered to resolve a host of investigations into the consumer banking giant for $1 billion. Wells Fargo continues to navigate several investigations related to the opening of fake customer accounts, forcing customers to take unnecessary auto insurance policies, unfairly charging fees tied to mortgage rates, and other matters. The potential $1 billion penalty involves the auto insurance and mortgage fee matters. The disclosure comes as Wells Fargo reports a 6% increase in first quarter profits. The spring house selling season is here, and if you're selling a home, there's plenty to consider to make sure you maximize your profit. A new study reveals the average American homeowner will spend more than $18,000 just to sell their house. The majority of that money is tied up in closing costs, but sellers will also spend the rest on projects to prepare the house for sale, like painting, carpet cleaning, and lawn care. So remember, any money you do pay to have something improved will be coming out of your profits from the sale. But again, with those improvements, you could be getting more for your home. Amazon's making it cheaper to put a video doorbell by your front door. A day after closing the deal to buy the company Ring, Amazon has cut the price of the first generation Ring video doorbell. It was initially being sold for $199 by Ring, but Amazon will now sell it for just $100. The rest of Ring's doorbell products will stay the same price. Get ready to spend a little more cash to see America's national parks. This year, the price to get into many parks will go up by about $5 per vehicle. For example, the Grand Canyon entrance will be now $35 starting June 1st. About 2/3 of the country's parks will remain free, though. The original proposal under the Trump administration called for raising admission charges during peak season to $70. But the response to that plan was swift and negative. The additional funds will help with maintenance projects across the 417 national parks. Stay with us. Entertainment news is next.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
CashNet USA is trusted by over 2 million customers.
Perfect. When I lean back, I trust that you will be there to catch me.
Okay, bad idea, bad idea.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
20 years ago, the moviegoers of Sarasota looked up at the silver screen and wanted something more. And they got exactly what they wanted. 20 years of some of the best independent films from around the world. The most iconic Hollywood stars walking the red carpet. The most glamorous parties in Southwest Florida. 20 years building up to the most exciting announcement in, well, 20 years. At the Sarasota Film Festival, April 13th to the 22nd.
Choral Artists of Sarasota presents Saints and Singers. The powerful voices of the 40 choral artist singers are joined by acclaimed mezzo-soprano Amy Jo Connors, performing John Rutter's arrangements of such beloved spirituals as Joshua Fit the Battle of Jericho, When the Saints Go Marching In, and more. The concert also features medleys highlighting hits from Broadway and the sublime music of Cole Porter. Sunday, April 15th, 7:30 p.m. at First Church, Sarasota. Tickets and info are at choralartistsarasota.org or by calling 387-4900.
The Mark, Sarasota. Landmark living in the center of it all. A private oasis in the sky. Luxurious private amenities. Promenade shopping and dining. The best of downtown downstairs. Now under construction and priced from the mid-700s. This is life, right where you want it. Call or visit our Discovery Sales Gallery today. The Mark, Sarasota. Presented by the Culture Group.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
In entertainment news, world-famous magician David Copperfield in court today being sued by a former audience member. That man claims he was badly injured when one of Copperfield's tricks didn't go as planned during a show in Las Vegas. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has the latest.
He's known for baffling audiences with his magic tricks and grand illusions.
Thank you so much for spending this evening with us.
But the secret behind one of David Copperfield's acts now revealed.
Curtains are dropped. The participants who are in the platform are removed from the platform.
As his legal team defends him in court.
Mr. Copperfield is talking to the audience and the participants.
Copperfield on trial being sued by a former audience member. Gavin Cox in tears in the courtroom as his attorney described how he claims Cox was injured during one of Copperfield's 2013 shows in Las Vegas. Cox says he was a part of this illusion called the vanishing crowd, during which 13 people seemingly disappear from a suspended cage and reappear at the back of the audience. But instead of magic, his attorney describes chaos. The crowd rushed off the stage into a dark construction zone where he says Cox fell and suffered permanent brain damage.
He's not angry. He's injured.
Cox suing the MGM Grand Hotel, the construction crew he says is linked to the incident, and Copperfield. But his attorney says they are not to blame.
Mr. Cox simply missed his step.
And a spokesperson for Copperfield tells ABC News this illusion has been performed successfully for more than 15 years with over 100,000 audience participants, adding the history of the show speaks for itself. Copperfield is expected to testify next week. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Detectives are keeping up with the Kardashians. A new suspect is now facing potential charges in the investigation into a 2016 jewelry heist in Paris targeting Kim Kardashian West. Today, that suspect, who has not yet been identified, meeting with an investigative judge who is expected to file preliminary charges. Robbers allegedly forced their way into the apartment where Kim Kardashian was staying during Paris Fashion Week, tied her up and stole more than $10 million worth of jewelry. Up to this point, 10 people have been charged in the case. The alleged mastermind wrote the reality TV star an apology letter from his prison cell. Actor Will Ferrell was injured in a rollover car crash in California last night. Video from the scene shows him sitting up and talking to emergency crews. The SUV he was riding in was reportedly sideswiped by another car, causing the vehicle to spin and flip over. 4 people riding the SUV were taken to the hospital. Farrell's rep says the actor has been released from the hospital and is doing well. He was returning from a Funny or Die event where he appeared as Ron Burgundy. The GLAAD Media Awards were abuzz with excitement last night for honoree Britney Spears. The GLAAD Awards recognize and honor media for their fair, accurate, and inclusive representations of the LGBTQ community and the issues that affect their lives. Spears, a longtime LGBTQ advocate, received the group's Vanguard Award. Olympic figure skater Adam Rippon was also in attendance there, excited for Spears to be honored.
There's so many incredible and inspiring people here. To be here when they're honoring Britney Spears, who is definitely a role model of mine, somebody who's so authentically themselves, who shared their story throughout their whole career, is really inspiring and incredible.
One of the largest music festivals in the world kicks off its first weekend today. Singer The Weeknd will headline Coachella tonight, with Beyoncé commanding the stage on Saturday night and then Eminem on Sunday. Beyoncé was supposed to headline last year, but had to cancel because she was pregnant with her twins. If you can't make it to Southern California desert for the big show, the whole thing will be streaming on live on YouTube. And we'll be right back with more news and your weekend forecast.